The handsome lawyer who smiled on dark nights was actually a monster. He brutally murdered more than 30 young women. Bundy, who escaped from prison by jumping out of a courthouse window and losing 30 pounds, continued his killing spree in Florida. Bundy, who begged for help with a crutch and lured victims by posing as a police officer, hunted his victims with his Beetle. After being abandoned, Bundy, who was devastated, chose women who resembled his girlfriend and visited corpses as part of his necrophilia. As he died in the electric chair saying, "Tell my family I love them," the crowd cheered. But he lives on in films. Hello everyone, welcome to the Crime Archives Hub channel. Today I'm going to tell you about Ted Bundy, one of history's most charismatic and terrifying serial killers. Imagine this: a handsome law student, interested in politics, a man everyone admired, but in reality, a monster. In the 1970s, he killed at least 30 young women, possibly more. This video will give you chills, but it's based on facts. Are you ready? Let's get started. Ted Bundy was born in Vermont in 1946. But his life was complicated from the start. His mother was unmarried and his father was unknown. His grandparents raised him as their own child. But when he learned the truth, he harbored resentment toward his mother. As a child, he tormented animals and frightened the neighborhood children. He was popular in high school, but inwardly, he was lonely. He went to college, studied psychology, even learned Chinese. He got into politics, worked on Rockefeller's campaign. His IQ is in the 100s, a smart guy. But his relationships are a disaster. He was devastated when his first girlfriend, Diane Edwards, left him. Then he dated Elizabeth Kloepfer for 6 years. But he manipulated her too. What about his wife? He married Carol Ann Boone in court and even had a child while in prison. This man's charm is incredible. Women were writing him letters. It all began in 1974. Young women were disappearing in Washington. Linda Ann Healy, Susan Rancourt, Jorgen Hawkins. On the same day, he kidnapped 2 women at Lake Sammamish. His method was clever. He would put on a sling and ask for help, or dress up as a police officer. His car was a Volkswagen Beetle. He had removed the front seat to make it easier to kidnap people. She moved to Utah to study law. There too, it continued. Carol Durant managed to escape and told the police. Colorado, Idaho, Florida. The worst was in Florida in 1978. She killed 2 girls at the Chi Omega sorority house and injured 3 others. Then 12-year-old Kimberly Leach. The victims were all similar. Long-haired, beautiful young women. Why? They say it was because they resembled Edwards. A total of 30 confessions, but maybe 100. He was a necrophiliac, visiting corpses. The details are horrific, but this shows his psychopathy. Was Bundy caught? Yes, but he escaped. In 1975, crowbars and handcuffs were found in his car in Utah. He served time, but escaped twice in 1977. First by jumping out a courthouse window, then by climbing through a prison ceiling, losing 30 pounds. He went to Florida and continued committing crimes. The trials were legendary. He defended himself, It was broadcast on TV. He received the death penalty in the Chi Omega case. He confessed. 30 murders gave details. He blamed pornography, but experts say it was an excuse. He was finally executed in the electric chair in 1989. His last words, "Tell my family I love them." A crowd celebrated outside. Why was he like that? Antisocial personality, narcissism, lack of empathy. He scored almost perfectly on the psychopathy test. Control urges, misogyny. His brain was examined. No abnormalities were found. But the impact was huge. It changed the profile of serial killers. Hey guys, that's Ted Bundy's story. Horrible but true. Be careful. Don't trust anyone blindly. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Want another serial killer in the next video? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.